discovered that the disappearances happen most frequently in so-called liminal spaces, referring to transitional or purely functional man-made areas of buildings where the boundaries of reality seem to blur. So far, school corridors, abandoned office buildings, and quiet subway stations have seen the most vanishing incidents.
Sound turned down. Ayo Balls, Master? How you doing? Playing your OSU guys quite a lot last night. Hello, Eric. Hopefully you're emotionally and spiritually fulfilled. I did an extra hour of data annotation so I get ramen tonight, celebrate. So I actually have a team stream for this weekend. And potentially next one. This one's kind of like a tester for them and me. I'm emotionally and mentally dead, but it's fine. No! Eric, that's the worst way to be. I need you to be emotionally / mentally alive. I need you to be locked in. But I guess you get a break now. Yo, I just got a triple reset, musty double as a champ 1. Jackson W, that is a W indeed. Well done. Really be practicing my triple reset musties. Can't even get my double tap into a musty. But I always hit the shot in this pack. It's like, oh, double this. And I was like, I would like never go for the double though. Control. Here we go, that's what we're looking for. You know what, we're fine. We're feeling warm, it's fine. I just took a thick nap, bro. Yeah, I ate some ramen, specifically because I was really tired. I woke up, today is kind of like a do or die day for RLCS team streams, and I knew in my boots that most orgs would contact me today, and they did. They just straight up did. They did. And so I was checking DMs and answering emails, and I was listening to talk to the LAN potentially in March for a completed event. Their budget's really weird, so I'm trying to negotiate with them. But yeah, I woke up so early that I did not get 8 hours sleep. I didn't even get like 4 or 5, I think. And so I got like very little sleep. So to celebrate after I finally actually did close the deal on a team stream, I might have to put you guys on BRB real quick. Hold on. Oh, we're back, sorry. I dancer. Wow, and we got a Q right as I came back. That's crazy. Anyway. I used to be a plat 3 months ago. Congrats, Jackson. Should I try for quad reset? I think if you can get a triple reset, you should definitely go for as many as possible. I feel like the moment you can chain more than 2 together, then you're doing great. At that point, it's just about consistency on the setup. Bring back Bejeweled Duckman? Okay. Oh, you guys just control Z'd my BRB screen. I've never been overpowered like that by my own stream. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, that's gonna be a vicious bounce. That was possibly the worst bounce I've ever seen in my entire life. A pinch all the way down, and not only does it bounce out, it bounces all the way to the back post as well. As to the back best clip, I'm so glad you're literally only winning, Jackson. You're winning so unbelievably hard at all points today. Reverse Uno carded that hard? I don't think I have. They're like, no, we want to see the BRB screen. Oh my god. The ranked team you're playing in my league this season? Oh, that's not fun, Rich. Sorry. These guys are tight-knit then. They're playing in RLCS balls and a league. I don't know, I'm so off-center. Also, what the heck is going on with my camera? I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a tag to kick off. Nice. Okay, Jackson, shut the fuck up, bro. you did not pogo off the ground into a musty and then double tapped it. I'm sorry. If you said pogo as your last thing, I could maybe see it, but working a musty off of a pogo requires such a large bounce. And then being able to double it, I mean, unless your double is shin height. I did, though. Well, very interested to see the inevitable clip that comes from this. I don't see half the issue there is that I thought my teammate was gonna like cut on that because I feel like most of the time when they cut like that, he's gonna go, and he kind of did. He like turned and drove straight back, but they didn't jump, and I was like, oh, I just didn't want to double. Like I'm gonna double from now on because that was the exact type of play I get frustrated if I was the other guy. So, AO ad what? Dinah suffering from ads in this economy. No shot. Oh no. What happened here? I deflected it, Invisismit, and went, okay. How are you? I'm doing alright. I am, I'm doing alright. I am vibing. We just got an RLCS team stream for Friday through Sunday. Hopefully they make it through all those, because I'm paid by the day. They don't have a private sign in India? Strange. Apparently they're applying fixed prices for Prime subs or something in the future. Like part of like the cost-cutting measure / price adjustments for streamers. However, starting in April, I think technically I qualify for 60-40 sub split. That's cool. Can we get a hint for the team stream? No, I was told to not say anything until they post on their Twitter, so I am not saying anything. Not even risking letting that leak. Especially the last thing I want to do, especially since this next weekend, they said is kind of like a tryout for them. Nice. Well, not a tryout, but they were like, yeah, we're selecting you for this weekend. We thought you were like the best fit for this, but also like going forward into maybe like qualifier 2 and qualifier 3, we want to experiment maybe a little bit more and see how it works out. So I think, honestly, I think for right now, they just have kind of like, they're doing like a smaller budget, I think. And then in the future, they might expand to like a more out there prod or something. I will say, instead of on an org Twitch, I get to stream it on my stream, so that's kind of nice. Viewership gonna be crazy. Unfortunately, I think they're sending it from their offices, so I won't have any access to that. They're also doing it they said they're down to do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or every day that the stream is active, so you have 3 chances to get one. I'm just gonna give extra entries to anyone who's tier 3s and then just reap the money. Like, hey guys, if you gift a tier 3 sub to yourself, and you win, you basically saved 75% off of a jersey, and guaranteed a better luck of getting it. Oh, you just hit it. I cannot express to you how little boost I have right now. All right, let's hope he has any boost. Oh. I may be in Dallas for 3 months. If I win one, you're signing it. All right. Purple Prowler, what? Did anyone else just see that? Oh, Purple Power. Oh, I thought it was a brand new car. I'm like, the car is named Purple Prowler. I feel a bit constipated. Oh. Oh. I don't know why I alt-tabbed that. I think I made that server on East. Hold on. Gotta set that again. Yes. Yeah, I'm super excited for the team stream. It's actually one that I wanted for a while. And hopefully I can impress them enough this week and go all out. Just ball the frick out. And then they're like, holy crap, that was incredible. I've never really had the chance to be able to do this for a team stream, since a lot of the team streams are like, that I've had in the past are normally like, I'm a sub for G2. So, I mean, like I've always gotten good feedback about the G2 gigs, for example, but like I was always a sub for them. Like I was never like their first choice for stuff. So it's kind of awkward because you'll be in these situations where like the chat will really like you, the prod will really like you, but like the G2 like head people are always like, hey, so like, yeah, we want like someone way larger. Like we want like a T-Bates and like our own content creator Orb, or we want Stumpy, or we want like someone that like a lot more people are aware of. And I'm like, oh, so that kind of like gets a little muddier. Because apparently that's what happened like in the past with G2. Is like I was told that they that G2 really liked the stream. They were just like, we'd rather prioritize someone who's a bit larger of a profile. Oh my gosh.
New dono from JakeUK89.
Hold on, this is for you. Just kidding. I was too focused on wrangling that back because I screwed up the first touch. Hey Aho, your content is so quite quality for the amount of subs you have. Keep it up. Thank you. I have not uploaded in a bit because I have really been trying to grind out some work part-time on the side, but I'm hoping to get back to it within the week. Thank you for whoever just donated. I didn't hear quite who it was, but I'll read in a second. Is he backwards? Oh my god. All right, not quite warmed up yet. We'll see how the stream works. J Cook was one. Okay, I will read that donation in a sec. Problem is like the Ko-Fi overlay voice, the TTS is like very quiet on my ears, so I heard like just donated, and I was like, what? Oh, much love, Aho. I appreciate you. Dead? Oh, you're not dead. Okay, you didn't want to jump. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, bro. I held L1 too long. Tifa's? Antifa? Yes, sir, Raiders. Tifa, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Thank you for the donation. I will read that in a sec, because fortunately my Ko-Fi donations are not linked to any alert box, so I just hear that there's a donation. I have to open up the webpage. I'm not nearly warmed up enough, as I can tell from this 1v1. Hopefully you had a good stream. I took a nap in a little bit. Hopefully I can wake up a little bit. Mechs feel very slippery right now. I don't know if he going for something else. Oh. Oh, hello? Oh, that's not a reset. Cat, thanks for the raid. Anyone else see that lack of mechs? Taki usually gets the best of him. No, the doctor's beating me for sure. Did you guys ever get that scrim together? Couldn't find a dub in anything? Oh no. Okay. Now me and Jetta played for an hour, Power System round. Ah. It just squishies. Wow, you're playing the Muffin Men? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. I've only played one threes game, and it was against a full party of people who are definitely playing in quals, so. We ended up winning like 4-3, but that was a sweaty game. I'm discovering right now that yeah, I got my team stream, I got some ramen to celebrate, did some extra data annotation to make up for it, then took a nap. And then took a nap, and I just woke up like 15 minutes ago. So I tried to shake my head around, I did some jumping jacks, get the heart rate up, and now I definitely do not feel good right now in terms of the mechs, but it's fine. Group for scrimming tomorrow beforehand, that's good. Hi, Branch. GG Doc. Trying to have a chill night before tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's best to not burn yourself out, get some good rest. That's how I felt. That's why I always felt kind of weird. I feel like I never slept well before quals and like CRL, for example. I feel like I always got like 6-7 hours ish, like maybe inconsistently. Danger Fardo. Down. I'm gonna deny that because you've already redeemed that username, and I'm not gonna have repeats, lazy repeats like that. I'm supposed to went that well. Well, there you go. I also got paid for making a recruitment post today, so that's fun. I tried to squish you with my fingers slipped. Very fun today. Oh, I was just gonna let him have it, but then I was just gonna make him choose something else. When I get money. I went to work after that and didn't get to enjoy it though. That's still the same thing though. Everyone else got to enjoy it. Your experience does not dictate the essence of it all. I'm heading to bed now, so have a good night. All right, thank you, Tifa, for the raid, and also enjoy the rest of your evening. Gonna lurk for a bit. I have a bed headache. No problem, Cap. Yeah, definitely get some hydration in there. Get some liquids. Speaking of liquids, okay, left water. I did. I have an idea. Oh, hello. What the? Ah, I could have gotten two. I was gonna say, I'm like, I think he's about to save that. Mod check? Oh my gosh, bro. I bumped him and then instead of actually getting the touch I need. 101? Oh, close on hit. I thought he was about to get torched over the top by that aerial. Oh, it's such a good ceiling pitch on that. Jump. Nice. Fringe mods. I don't disagree. Okay. Like that. That's fine. Oh. Shouldn't have that. Oh, I played the other guy's touch. I was like, I'd rather get that block on the corner so I don't get completely bamboozled. This might be weird, read. Okay. I wanted to hit that as middle as possible just because Rev was waiting for the clear back on the sidewall. Should I have that? Hey, he doesn't have that. Oh. How about that purple Dominus GT? Eh. I don't even know how popular Dominus GT was at its peak. I used it a bit back when I was a Dom main, but not really. I don't know if I remember too many people really even using it back then. I'm gonna cut that. Oh. And I got a boost. Oh, that was a slap and a half on the redirect. I don't know why this game feels like we have a 1 goal lead, but we don't. We're still like isolated on all these rotations. Okay, we got that. Got that. Go, 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 go. Crash! Where's my second? Yeah! Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, brother, someone's got to be there. You were a Dom main? I was a Dom main for like probably, I was like the Octane for like maybe like 500 hours, and then the Dominus for like literally 4,000, 5,000 hours, and then back to the Octane and Fennec. And now I'm like, it's past like month, and really into the Dominus again. I don't know, it's a car that goes through seasons, I feel like. There's like moments I really dig it, other moments where I'm just like, I don't feel the vibe with this car. And then other days I'm just like back and I'm like, never mind, I love it again. I just think Dominus requires you to rewire your brain, whereas any like taller hitbox, you can kind of just plug and play and just go with whatever. That's a really good touch by Rev. Ain't there's no shot. Ugh. Ambitious. Howdy. We go to a Ko-Fi real quick just to specifically thank Jay Cook again. Jay Cook, thank you for the $10. Okay, there it is. In between the Dominus, you're either OP or you're garbage. Well, I think the problem with the Dominus is that it's so short that your 50s are completely different. So if you're playing it, I think people, the problem with the Dominus is that people try to play like the exact same as an Octane main as they are the Dominus main, and fundamentally you just can't do that because you have to take the 50s differently. Oh, interesting. All right, geez. I mean, yeah, it's not a good pass because I only got a partial clear on it, but like that's also a shot that was right at him. Even with zero boost, that's like a single jump save. Not really sure why he's acting like he didn't just completely whiff that. I need him to say something to me. Alright, well, let me get water. God, these queues are fast today. Congrats on the team stream. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super pumped about it. It's a big org too that I really wanted to work with, so happy I get the chance to. It was a super smooth process. They like set it all up in like basically like 20 minutes. So we're all approved. We're all official. I am not allowed to share who publicly. There's probably a way for you to find it out through means, but no, I'm not allowed to share. They're doing a socials post tomorrow because I'm streaming all 3 days for them, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, it's Marcy. Okay, I was like, I just need to jump first. Why is team a thing? Oh, I don't know if team is, yeah, that makes sense anymore. No, the RLCS team stream, like when teams run through RLCS, they have casters, or they have like a stream that basically shows the team's POV going through the bracket. So like when I did G2, the other splits, like that was a team stream. Like specifically a stream set up to be like, you know, for G2 fans to tune in and see only G2's games. So basically I'm doing that, but for open quals, because this is the first split. Well, actually, it's going to be open quals for every split, because that's what Blast changed their rules to, but... That was weird. Yes, for the 5th time, I'm not allowed to tell. They specifically told me not to say anything until their socials post is out. It's an org that some of you may recognize, but you will definitely recognize the roster. Think fuck, you got a team stream it? Yeah, I was getting real nervous about it. You know, it's funny, actually, I'll tell you this. So this is a team that a while back when team streams just got like announced or like people knew that we were getting them back, their broadcast manager followed me. And I was like, hell yeah. Then a couple of my friends were like, oh, he also followed me. I was like, oh. And then we were just like, well, I guess we'll see what happens here. And then things keep going on, and classic RLCS team stream style, none of the orgs are like contacting anyone about who's doing what. So we're trying to figure out, like, you know, what the stream setup is even going to look like. If we have team streams, like if anything's going to be happening. And so eventually I'm just like, you know what? I have not DM'd this broadcast guy. I assume since he followed me, he'd probably reach out to me, but I haven't gotten an email or a DM. So I'm just going to do it myself. And so I DM'd him and it was like, hey, listen, I love your org. I want to work with y'all. I'm one of like the, you know, like I'm probably one of the more experienced casters out there right now. I'm still looking for a team stream, da-da-da-da. And the dude responds immediately. And he goes, did you check your email today? And I was like, what? And so I checked my email and there's nothing in there. And I'm like, I checked my spam. And it says, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah. And we want you for a team stream. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? My Google Mail spam filter on my business email almost blocked that. I was like, bro, can you imagine if I missed out on a team stream just because I didn't check my spam filter? Yeah, they were like, this got sent to spam because we didn't recognize the address, even though it was like at the org's address. So I don't know what the hell Gmail's machine learning was on right there. Maybe they're just haters of that org. Honestly, the only dream from now on is if I get an EU team stream as well. That would be truly poggers. But I don't know those orgs like that, especially since a lot of the EU space is kind of orgless right now, it seems like. Or at least I was looking at seedings, and there was not a lot of actual orgs in EU. Oh. There's Resolve of a team stream. Yeah, I mean, Resolve is always going to have one. It's probably like Janiro and... Is this Stumpy and Cole, I think? I think they want to do like an all-UK like team stream, and I think they did content with them. Or maybe Jordy's. I forgot who they're going to get. Probably them. Oh wait, no, I just said all UK, and that doesn't really apply to Jordy's. Is Tyler to a Months, if I recall correctly? Okay, well, I'm glad Months is still there, but... Who was I thinking about? Who was doing content with Stumpy and Cole? Yeah, I'm honestly open to any like region for work. I really wanted NA because it works with my schedule really well, and also, you know, NA has all the money for actually being able to put on team streams. No! What a save! Ah! Okay, it's okay. Coping. Nice, let's go, Fencer. Yo! Revenge. Bro's playing on the highlighter down. Shut up, Fear. Who you don't know? Fashion. You gotta create highlights somehow. Hey. How you doing, Fear? Fear, are you doing anything with Rule 1 this split, or are they just trying to do a more in-region based thing? Because I saw they they announced like some announcer that I wasn't super familiar with, but it like Nate, or was it Nawis something? And I was like, oh, dope. But I was like, do they have room for someone else in there? Got told by Telecto once and that they're both doing it. Oh, I see. Okay. Roll 1 with Nawis, Mina, Johnny Boy. I mean, it's good. It's good to support the region. I do agree with that. Personally, I do feel a little. I would feel a little weird if like other people went into my region and like started taking my gigs. I'm just like, bruh. But that's also trying to what I'm trying to do with all team streams. If teams can hire me and they're available in other regions and I can do their time, I will 100% sell my soul to do their stuff. He'll do Arabic English. I mean, that is a great advantage if he wants to like cast. He can do both, or kind of like do that.
Wow.
Husky with the tier 1. Thank you so much for the 7 months. Welcome back. Is the main guy for Mina for Arabic broadcasts, at least? Yes. But I mean, hey, that's what's cool about like regional talent, is that they can actually cater to the audience like no other. Like if like a decent amount of the Mina people that I've spoken to, even the Falcons players who say they don't really speak English super well, I mean, still speak English well. But ultimately, you don't want to force those people to have to listen to a broadcast all in English, so I totally get that. Ahmad was very nice. He had a conversation with our mod, Stru, because she knows a decent amount of Arabic. She had a conversation with them at the Winter Major in San Diego, and they were very friendly and had a whole conversation with her. I really appreciated that. Made her day. I rocked my U of A sweater to work today. Bear down! I mean, it's hard for me to get pumped about Arizona. They were not good in my tenure there. Funny that you bring that up, though, because Fear also went to University of Arizona. Yeah, U of A basketball was like flaming out every single year that I was I worked at U of A. Awkward, yeah. U of A, site of my most brutal workplace trauma of all time. Working like 90-hour weeks for 30K a year. Oh. I should really go finish my degree. Eh. Speed. Save this. Oh well. Thought I could turn on that in time. Bro, these people are actually demons right now. It's almost like we're in decently high GC3 pass. Brother, you gotta put that one down. He's got no ice this game. Worst work trauma so far. That's a good point. I haven't thought about it. I mean, the way gaming industry is looking lately with all these layoffs. I mean, granted, to be honest, it's every industry, so that was a terribly overthought flip reset. I gotta say, the Microsoft one especially hurts because Bobby Kotick is like a sexual harasser, an aka just like general overall scumbaggy guy. And what was his departure thing? Like a $400 million package upon leaving, and then they laid off like 1,900 people, like Microsoft did from gaming, and it was just like, so. Bobby Cut needs to kayak? I don't really know what that has to do with anything, Virgil, but okay, go off. Nah. Recession time, let's go. Yeah, it is heavy recession time. That's why, just between you and me, I'm definitely going to be lowering my rates for all casting work going forward, just because I am not guaranteeing myself any work this year. There's like so little going around. The XRLCS guys are going to take literally all the gigs that used to be reserved just for me, and it's awful. Them entering the freelancing space and being desperate for work means they're going to work for lower rates than they probably should be, and I'm terrified for that. Oh, if I had more boost, I could have actually got ahead of that. Well, that's what happens when you go for boost. You don't actually get it. Or get the ball. Third? It's Jalen. Oh. But that, I meant that at the right time. How's the EU seating going over there for RLCS, Finch? Because I know in NA we are all furious about the seatings. We got a weird one. I think University of Akron, which is like a rank A minimum team, is like ranked like 140th in the nation in the quals right now. We got like teams with like a diamond 2 on it that are ranked like top 100 on seeding. It's like, okay. Sigems is playing in the US for this split, and his team, even though they have like a player who's literally like a diamond 2 on it, is ranked above Frosty's team or something. Nice. Team Twitter to beat Luminosity. I mean, Capitals don't see it in the fourth quarter boom because corporate profits haven't again. Consumers have to spend more money. Yep. That's why the Riot one. I will say the Riot severance package was like the most generous thing I've ever seen. 6 months pay and like full benefits and everything. And like an emergency costs fund of like $1,000 on top of all that or whatever. But like the thing that blew my mind about all that is like the whole letter was apparently all of them found out via Twitter. And the CEO is like, sorry, it's my fault that this happened. And I'm like, so why are you not taking less money? Question mark? Like that's the thing that I always wonder whenever I see those letters. Like, so if it's your fault, what about falling on your sword and being like, you know what, I'm not gonna take a bonus. In fact, it's all gonna go to these people. Or I'm gonna da-da-da-da. I'm like, where's the accountability on that? Oh, bonk. Oh my goodness, how does he save that? Hey, Batesy. Nice. It's over. Yep. Yeah, so they're just like hearing them like hem and haw about like, oh no, I'm so sorry, it's terrible, it's my fault. And I'm just like, so take less money. And they're like, no, absolutely not. And they're like, well, how do you can't take blame and then fire other people? Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But think of the shareholders. Oh my God, I saw that today. There was a bill. There was a bill that went through. Or there was a proposed bill to cap overdraft fees for banks. And someone wrote an opinion piece that said capping overdraft fees will hurt poor people. And someone quote tweeted it as like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut the fuck up. Just like full caps quote tweet. And I'm like, why is it whenever anything that is like very obviously good and like for the average person, there's always like some douchebag think piecer that's like, but actually, won't anyone think of the bank? Was that in the Times? I didn't recognize the website for this from the screenshot, but like, I was just laughing my ass off because I'm like, that's just so classic. Like, that's also the thing that always used to piss me off about New York Times is that they try to be like even-handed, but the problem is the way they even-hand it is like putting out like a think piece that like very clearly like leans one way or whatever. But then they'll like publish like the worst drivel ever, and I'm like, that's not something you should like justify with an opinion, low key. Like some of these things aren't even like well thought out opinions. They're just like, personally, I want to lick as many boots as possible. And I'm like, is that really a thought piece outside of just complaining that people want to change things for the better? Oh. Oh, hello. Yellow. Destroying their newsroom wasn't a good idea? Quoi? Try to catch that, but it was like just slightly out of my range. Ooh. Should be a goal. Just kidding. I think it was slightly far away. Ooh. I read that and it was still way too fast for pass for me. My bad. Oh, I leaned back too far. Well, I bumped him. It's fine. Spilled illustrated. Yeah. Taking the reins covered Enron's collapse. C team for what? Durham? Oh no, it's Durham College, not University. EU. What the hell would EU be? Be game? Yeah, I was about to sound like be game. Don't just game, be the game. Why would you not touch it? I was turning halfway just assuming that ball would go into my path more. I will say, Google trying to improve already a search engine that no one had complaints about with AI is still the most confusing business decision that I've seen. Like Google searcher actively like a lot worse now, and I don't really know why Google was like, we should improve the search engine that we have a monopoly over the industry already on. Like I know it's like good to, in the modern age, I'm sure for like shareholders and like pitch meetings, like, hey, we made our own AI or whatever. And I'm gonna say the Google AI is pretty good, but when they try to work it into search engine results, there's a lot of bullshit. Also, just by default, they should never, ever, ever, ever include any results that are AI written. There's so many websites that just have like AI dribble on it. You can tell by like that chat GPT tone, you know? Now, legitimately insane how many people genuinely don't care about the usage of AI. And I'm like, I don't deny that AI can definitely do certain things way faster and make certain menial jobs obsolete, but like the fact that people are actually like, we should make AI do everything and speed up our workflow. I'm like, no, it'll replace you. People are like, yeah, blah, ha, ha. That's why I became a plumber. And I'm like, I don't think you understand just how bad this is gonna get. Especially because AI is like so prone to fault still. AI is a great tool to be used in assistance with a human user, but it should never be just a full-on replacement. I'm gonna cut this. Ooh, top corner! No! Oh, athlete. Not like this. Ah! What was this? Brother, he went all the way to the side boost at 0 seconds. Not like that. Wow, that was the fastest boomerang. Oh, I could not keep it up any other way. Bro actually went away from the middle. I'm fourth. Oh my God, biggest fan. Thank you for the 5 gift. Gen Alpha and everyone else. Yes. I think AI is like, personally, when I have used AI, it has only been to speed up a process that I know I can do myself, but it would just simply take way more time. Like, the best use of AI is just to speed up the mundane. Like, when I was like coding for grad school, I would definitely use ChatGPT to be like, hey, write code for blah 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 blah, like a multivariate regression with this many factors on this one IV and this how many factors on this IV. Code each name each thing with make it an R code. Make sure that this code is blah 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 blah. Loop blah 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 blah. And if you describe a paragraph long enough, it'll spit out code that's like 95% correct. And then you just look through it and be like, that's wrong. And then you fix that, and you fix this, and then you're like, done. And then you're done. And then it's speedy because it just goes. Here's your code. That's great. But the fact that people are like suddenly seeing it to like indulge our worst impulses, the amount of times, I will say it makes me feel better when I look through the comments of these videos, but there's so many videos on Shorts where like, I can't believe people are still studying when you can just do this, and like it's like a coding thing of like, oh, design a Tetris minigame, and then someone just goes into their thing and screenshots Tetris and posts the picture and be like, build me a game based off this screenshot that works and like Tetris, and then like it spits out code and like, here's an ad, this is how you cheat on your school assignment. I'm like, can you imagine doing that for 4 years, using AI to code for 4 years and then getting a programming job and then having to do a test, like having to do an interview test or like an intake interview where they're like, okay, cool, here's a problem. And they're like, because they have no problem solving skills. And having AI to give me counseling and stopping me from self-harm. So the thing is, most AI ethics are saying that the whole point of AI is to not be diagnostic. Like, the whole point of AI should be that it should be like, go to a fucking doctor about this, but based on what I can Google or scrape, here's what you can generally do. Like, again, I would trust AI for like home remedies, but if I actually had a medical issue, there's no fucking way I'm using AI. I need a doctor who can think like clinically. Thing is that code almost never works. So that's why I said, like, when you code for certain things, it's great, but I'm sure if you tried to ask it to like, I don't know, code some like neural net shit, like, then it's probably really bad. Yeah, I think the thing with the code that like the AI spits out when it's trying to like give you code is that it's like almost like taking from Stack Overflow, but then also like 50 different sources. So it doesn't, I think AI is still very bad at context for certain things. So I think it tries to like mish and mash certain stuff with code without understanding like the full syntax of everything, you know? Like, that's the problem with AI, is that it can't genuinely be fluent in certain things. It's just very good at like making logical deductions, but it's not good at necessarily, like, you can't do that with coding languages necessarily. Like, you can't just like throw together like, oh, these things all separately work, because like, for example, there's a library called ggplot in or ggplot2 in R, which is basically how every single scientist who uses R runs their plots, and it's really powerful, but the syntax is really picky. Like, you can code it perfectly, but if you put 2 prompts on the wrong order, it will fail. And so whenever I used ChatGPT to do that, it would always fuck up like 10, 15 different things, because it physically can't understand that even though it's written in the coding like handbook on the R webpage, it can't understand why it should put that stuff in an order that it should. Because even though it's a blatant instruction, it just views it as like unimportant. Like, it can't interpret that like the order actually matters in that. So that's why I'm always worried that these people who are like, yeah, you can just cheat on this coding assignment using this. I'm like, no, you really should not be doing this. For a variety of reasons beyond just integrity, but. Also the Oh, you want to beat the plagiarism detectors? Use this thing. Shut the fuck up. I hope you literally fail. I hope you actually get expelled from your university. If you actually are just using AI to write an entire paper for you, like, F off. Those are the ones I always yell at. Kazi, thank you for the raid. How you doing? I see how it is. Matchmaking gives me Ajax, but because he's the best player, they don't actually let him play. I get him a rule 1. Hey, Seville. Hey, so it actually goes, here's the documentation. That's actually my biggest issue with some. Oh, no shot! He's got the freaking pogo! The funny thing about like a lot of AI stuff is that there is definitely like when I do data annotation to like help improve some of these AIs, like there's a lot of them that just like are lazy as fuck. Like they're like the rating scales on some of these chatbots is like, oh, would you use this chatbot? And honestly, it's funny how many times you'll be like, hey, can you tell me how to do blah, blah, blah? They're like, here's a web page explaining how to do it. And I'm like, why? What's the point of you? You're just a search engine at that point. The whole point of this is should first of all scrape that web page. Or at least, like, ideally find me, like, something that makes sense for the context of what I'm asking. Like, I can't imagine, like, using a chatbot and then being like, hey, how do I do this? And they're like, here's someone else telling you how to do it. Like, what? Or I had one asking, like, instructions on how to code something, and it was literally, like, an explanation for why you would want to code something like that instead of the actual instructions on how to what to code or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. We're just in a weird situation. I think chatbots are definitely very useful for like, I like it also for like brainstorming type stuff. Like if you're trying to come up with a name for something, I think that's a pretty interesting idea. Granted, it has like no idea how to use slang whatsoever, so. Oh, you forked up. Hi, Alice. I think Ajax got kicked. Lol. Wait. Ah! What was I saying? Also, one thing I've learned is that AI, every chatbot I've ever analyzed for annotation has been terrible at making poetry with any other rhyme scheme other than AABB. Or rather, ABAB. It's actually mind-blowing how bad it is. Like, there's some tasks that where basically like ask you to have a conversation and ask for specific things. And one of the things I like to do is like, hey, write me a poem about this topic. And then I progressively make it more complex. Like you can't use the word the, you can't have any allusions to this. You can't like have the same rhyme twice. You can only have this many syllables or whatever. To kind of just test it because they want you to break the model. But it's crazy how you're just like, make the rhyme scheme AABB. And it's like, okay, here's ABAB. And I'm like, that's, nope. Like, that's not what I asked for. Like, for some reason, it just has no idea what a rhyme scheme is. Or it just defaults that, like, this is what you're going to get, no matter what you request. That's one thing I've never understood why all the chatbots I've ever analyzed are terrible at. Nice. Life in general, news just hurts. I know, Husky, I'm sorry. Whew. What's a good training pack to improve? Hi, gamer. Also, hi, David or Hofelson. You can do it. Also, get Hacksmith lightsaber, only $16. It's also real. I don't want a real lightsaber. I would definitely kill myself accidentally. Like, and just slices off my arm. Way to cauterize the wound. Moving's tiring. What's a good training pack to improve? I mean, it would depend on your skill level because I have plenty of training packs I love, but I wouldn't recommend them for like a flat or diamond or something. Kickstarted writing a letter to my family or fiance, but as a teacher, it's a nightmare dealing with students. Yeah, Keepa, for me, I genuinely think if a student used an AI model to write their essays for them, I don't think I'd be able to detect it straight up. Sometimes there's this prose that AI gets into that feels very like, fuck, because it just feels very like clunky. Like it doesn't feel as natural. There's like this natural formalness, like pretension almost to some of the text. But I will say, if a student used it throughout the year, I don't know if I'd be able to tell. The only time I've ever actually accused a student and they confessed to me was because I had seen their writing before, and then their last essay of the quarter would randomly just be like super well written, and I'm just like, the hell? And then as I started reading through it, I'm like, there's no way this is this isn't your voice. Like this isn't the way you would write this. So yeah. I can detect them because like so many use the papers like the exact same. I teach middle school, so I know they can't write that way. Yes. I'm a champ. I would say if you're a champ, All Kinds of Shots by Jaguar is a great pack. I used to have a command on Twitch about that, so I don't know if I have the link available, but I can go and I can put that in the YouTube chat gamer if you're looking for that in the future. I think that's like one of the best shooting packs for sure. It's filled with like actually realistic shots, so that's why I like it the most. I drilled that like the whole time I was like Grand Champ going to SSL. But I think it's a very accessible pack for anyone who wants to get higher and higher in ranks. Nice, easy, good double. Beautiful. I'm gonna go do some homework. All right, Seville. Good student. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the threat of AI for like... I do know that some in the Philippines, I think they had a sports cast for basketball and they trained an AI to cast it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I think in esports, if any company admitted to using AI casters, I think they would literally be canceled immediately. I think everyone on Twitter would be like, I fucking hate this. There's absolutely no way an AI caster would be good at their job. They even had an AI caster be test run for League. Some coder designed it, and it was like very dead. Like there was no emotion, so I don't think it would ever really catch on. I just don't think an AI would be able to detect like build up and suspense and be able to like build a narrative like that. I think you could definitely have it talk through games and understand what's going on, but I don't think it'd be able to like set the stage like a human would. I don't even know how you would code that. Because there's so much, because like honestly on some approaches on Rocket League, like there's definitely certain things that can, you can tell play might be building up, but I don't know how an AI would detect that in a Rocket League game. Like right there, would you ever anticipate that that's going to be like a dunk into the open field or something? Or like, would you be able to detect like, as the player's approaching, it's going to be a shot versus a pass? Like, I don't know how it would predict that shit. I also feel like it wouldn't be fast enough to be predictive. It'd probably just be reactive. You'd be like this touch, then this touch. Now this person's going up, now there's this touch. And I'm like, that's like not good commentary. At that, if your commentary is ever descriptive only, then you're not actually providing casting. You're doing a React episode. I'm officially done moving today. Let's go. Hopefully you're enjoying your place, Alice. I jumped so late for that. I don't know why I thought 30 was not up for it. Yeah, they didn't score on this one. No, it's fine. Fine. See? Soccer commentators? What are you talking about? I love commentary. I will say the Manchester United official announcers I am not a fan of whenever I listen to them on YouTube. I also forget how one-sided commentary is on all professional sports. If you are color, you are speaking like maybe 15% of the time. It's crazy to me. Or the Premier League commentators as in like on NBC or whatever? I grew up with soccer like for 20 plus years of my life. It was a huge part of my life and I still love the sport. I don't know if I'd ever want to commentate soccer. Also, I have no idea. Widow tweeted out that Daz is going to be doing team streams for Gen G with them, but Daz is on the NA RLCS team, who's also going to be casting NA while Gen G is playing. So I have no idea what Daz is fucking doing on that team stream, or that Widow just wasn't paying attention when she made her post and assumed that Daz is going to be on. I don't know what's going on there. Playing with balls. Well, I personally am playing with balls. Daz getting paid, that's what he's doing? I mean, true. Daz is getting the freest paycheck I've ever seen. I still remember DMing him after I asked him, like, hey, so did you get signed, congrats, I mean, it's so cool that, like, casters are starting to get signed to orgs and whatever. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, and then when I started, like, thinking more about the announcement, I was like, wait, did you get signed as a creator or a caster? He literally said, I don't know. I just got told I was on Gen G now. And I'm like, huh? I was like, you don't even know what you're doing? He's just a Gen G member. For what purpose, who knows? To model merch? To do team streams occasionally? I mean, he's definitely, outside of Johnny, he's probably like the best paid RLCS caster. In terms of like overall take-home compensation from all sources. What is the code to the training pack? I'll get it for you right now. I don't know why I alt-tabbed. All right, we're signing balls, all right? Custom training, favorites. Just want to make sure I get this for you before I forget. All kinds of shots. Code. And let me shoot it in the YouTube channel real quick. Oop. There you go. Who are you team streaming for, Keed? I am not allowed to say, Gyro. They specifically said they are tweeting it tomorrow, but I'm not allowed to actually say in advance. If I guess what you say, no. So you put it in the title and blue balls? Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I might have a team stream. I will say, I will ask you to not leak it, but anyone who has access to the NA RLCS Discord can see who I'm streaming for. So. But I ask if you go look that up, don't just tweet it. Or don't mention it. So I ask, you may react to the news once you find that spreadsheet, but do not actually divulge it in chat. I will ask you. Yeah, I already auto-modded every single org in existence. I'm actually casting for like 5 or 6 of them. Balls, no! Satch. Jared, is your team stream decided yet? I don't know if I saw you guys on the spreadsheet. Are you guys doing like Turtle and Wave again or something? Are you guys doing the old school phase approach? Just put it on like Arsenal's channel and then go from there. I have no idea. Yeah, I DM'd Wavy a couple days ago. I was like, yo, is TSM broadcast decided yet? And he was like, we don't know yet. And I was like, he's like, I have no idea what's happening. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Orcs deciding last minute challenge. Oh, that works. Sure. Team streams calls are weird because we just play burgers. Yeah, that's why day one's gonna be really funny. It's gonna be literally like a professional level roster playing against maybe like a rank B plus team at peak. And then day two is gonna be, if you're through uppers, it's like a 2 series and you're in, or maybe even 1 series, which might set a new record for my rate, my rate per hour for a team stream. Nice. Especially since it's all best of 3, I think still. I think it's all best of 3 up until top 128 or top 64 or something like that. I'm gonna have to double check that. Maybe for Sunday it'd be worth. I mean, they said they'd pay me to stream it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So clearly they're like, we want all the coverage. I'm like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, bro, 100%. Playing day 2 on upper, especially because like for anyone who doesn't know how day 2s usually work, you get, if you go through uppers on day 1, you basically have to win 2 series and you're on to day 3 like Swiss. But if you lose like a single series and you go into lowers, you have to play through like 3 times the games, I swear. I don't know how it works though, because you see there's like buys in the uppers for day 2. People in the Discord were like asking for clarification because no one really knows how that works. Like, so if you get through day 2 but you're a high seed, you automatically get a buy in day 2. It's like, what a weird privilege. I've never seen that system worked in like that. Nice touch, Trent. Holy, so good at the game. How far are you from SSL? I think I'm like under 100 points now. I don't remember what I am. I think I'm like 17, 16 or 70 right now. Which sounds like a lot, but we're pretty deep into GC3. GC3 is like one of the widest ranks in the game. Heavy touch. Yeah, shout out to my boy Jesse for getting a thick org contract for his stream. JSA, for those of you who know. Nice. Damn, Trent is angry, bro. Dropping the what of saves. How do you see how much MMR you have on PlayStation? Fun fact, if you go to RL Tracker, I don't remember the website. Just getting paid. Well, he should be! Apparently, he was not getting paid, and basically he hardballed him and like, look, I know that you know how good of a producer I am, so I'm gonna act like you pay me like it. And they were like, okay, I see you, big baller. And then they decided to actually pay him. So I'm very happy for him. That's exactly how negotiations should work between orgs and good, talented people. Also, like, if you have a good producer, your show is butter. Like, a good producer is worth its weight in gold. It's why I 100% believe that they should be the highest paid member of any production. Because you can get by on, like, okay casters. But, like, if you have a bad producer, you are fucked. Like, that's gonna be so janky. My joy of Jago. Yes, that's, I actually got to DM him, because I know he was going through some financial issues. He mentioned G2 wasn't gonna use him anymore, and then suddenly it's just like, yep, I'm streaming, and I'm like, let's fucking go. I saw that. He's been so nice to me. He's actually repeatedly gotten me back on the G2 team streams back in the day. So it was very nice to see him again. I will say I'm a little angry that I used to work for Shopify Rebellion, and then I left to do Rogue, and then Rogue imploded and turned into Koi, which then didn't need an English broadcast anymore. And then Shopify replaced me with my recommendation. I was like, yo, you should get Rome, because he's my buddy, he needs a team stream, he'd do great. And he has been doing great. But the problem is, he came in, and ever since then, VOD and him have been making like $1,000 a show. They're like the highest paid team stream on the entire fucking world. And meanwhile, I'm just like, that could have been me! So they're making fucking bank for this next split, which I'm very happy for, but oh my god. They pay how much? They pay, if memory serves, they're getting, I don't know what they negotiated for this year, but I know for a fact that Rome was making at least $1K, and I think VOD got matched. They're easily, outside of RLCS casters, the highest paid team stream people. Easily. Part of it is because Rome is on CSA, which is the same talent agency as RLCS people. It's gonna look scuffed as shit from what I've heard. I don't know how it's gonna be scuffed. All they need is like 2 assets. 3 assets. You need a BRB screen, you need a 2-up, and you need a game. Talk of your time will come eventually, brother, don't worry. I mean, we're gonna have to wait a long time. RLCS is not gonna change anytime this year. That's my ultimate goal. My goal is that I hear whispers that RLCS or CRL is definitely wanting to come back. It's gonna be on a big delay, and I have a shot at that. That's my biggest goal for it now. Wait, I know who you stream for now. Well played. Yeah, I'm hyped for it, Gyro. It's gonna be lit. That was the team actually I really was like knocking on doors about. I was like, I love your roster. I love this org. I'm super psyched for this. And they were just like, that. Oh, Gyro, you weren't in here. I actually almost missed it because I DM'd the guy today like, hey, just shoot my shot, bro. Like, yeah, just shoot my shot, bro. But like, I would love to work for your org. I would love to cast if you haven't decided yet. And like, I'm one of the more experienced casters out there, so I think I'd do your stream pride, blah, blah, blah. And then he basically just responded immediately, did you check your email today? I was like, what? And he sent me an email about doing the team stream, but it was in my spam folder, so I missed it. I was just like, bruh, I could have missed out on this because Gmail was like, that's not important. I would have been so angry if I was like crying about a team stream. Meanwhile, this guy's and like my Twitter, like, bruh, not even, he didn't even care to check. This guy just loves to complain, huh? Every time I see this one guy, JTYHN, I just think of like, what's her name? Jathan. Philip? Oh, close one. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, hello. Talking, you know how you love me? I do. So the rumor is CRL. So what I have heard, Finchy, about, I don't know anything substantial. All I know is that there's a lot of conversations about CRL, but the thing is, it's just bidding through contracts at this point on who's going to take over. But the plan would be to try to make it happen, at least in the NA side, they'd try to make it happen in like March. So it's going to be on like a heavy delay because they have to like completely shift everything around because of how late it already is. Like last spring, it was, the season began January 30th. So like we're already like super behind because we need 2 weeks of balls. RIP I mean, depending on the format, if you rush it through, you can get it done by June. That fits you schedule, to be fair. Last season we didn't finish till April anyway. Yep. Upsell doesn't die before I play it for scholarships. Hey, Gyro, are you interested in going back to school for that? Yo, you should hit up Evolve. He just got made the director of that's scary. He just got made director of a Carolina school that he has gotten like infinite budget for. So he's gonna, if you go there, he will give you like a sick deal with a crazy nice program, like brand new facilities and everything. He's like, give me like 2 years and I'll have like the best program in the entirety of the US. Nope, he has left Northwood because he got a apparently incredibly nice job offer from NC State, North Carolina State, and he got budget apparently for it. Like they want to like, they're giving him like no budget basically to like make whatever he wants out of this program. And apparently he's like super psyched for it. So I'm guessing he's going to start recruiting in fall for things. School's important, plus saves me a lot of money on tuition. Yes. Yeah, I know some people are like, yeah, my school doesn't offer full tuition. I'm like, bro, do you have any idea how much money $1,000 is in loan payments? Like, just saving $1,000 off a scholarship is a lot. So like, if you can like go to school for completely free, that saves you a lot of money. Especially knowing how student loans work in terms of like like kind of those predatory rates, paying them back. Like, I'm gonna pay off my student loans. I finished college in 2017. I'm gonna finish paying off my loans in like 2040s, probably. Offer the best scholarships. I could probably give you a little bit of a head on that. I would say NC State is definitely a big one. Northwood's still always a big one, but it's tough to know like what their schedule is looking like. St. Clair offers a decent amount of money up in Canada. More and more schools are starting to offer full rides. I think for right now, like places like All State, they have select full rides. I think Oath is getting like their full tuition scholarship. But for right now, I think they only have one slot. They're probably expanding it year to year as like they prove to the board like their investment actually is paying off and they're having good successful teams. West is very desirable for a lot of people. I know Loyola Christian is having schmacked Process and Ribs on a team next semester, which is going to be crazy. I guess they have Endpoint paying for a uni at the moment. Oh, really? That's interesting. Blank check for Seattle is kind of fucked. Boise's always a good shout. Boise is, but I don't know how. No, I don't know how much recruiting they're able to get to. Oh, I thought Ajax went upfield. Sorry for doubting Ajax. Oh. I hesitated because I wasn't sure if he was doubling it or not, and I honestly should just gone. Players are going to Genoa. Interesting. Also, what was going on with the playoffs? Yeah, we saw Dr. Boom get slapped around a little bit. And oh. Hat trick. Maryville. Yeah, Maryville is now Adam, Knight, and Buddy. And Buddy's going to graduate next year, so they probably have an open slot. Oh, what a cut. Wow. Ajax the GOAT. Rohan's like top 3 UK bubble talent. Who's Arjuan again? That's not Roehampton, right? Or was that Genoa? New York, Florida, Texas. Texas has some decent shouts. St. Edwards, I think, is doing pretty well right now. Genoa? Okay. Yeah, I saw Genoa was slapping people around. Yeah, I know in Champ League we were talking about EU a little bit, and we were like, yeah, it's Jover NA. Like, we couldn't beat Dr. Boomin, and now Dr. Boomin can't even win their own region. Like, it's never been more over. I'll see it. Oh, that was it. Should get better next season. Unreal that Dr. Moon won. Yeah, I mean, Gyro, my thought process on that is I genuinely think that Lion Blaze and company lost, and Fisher, once they beat Northwood in the semis, was like, oh, that was the best team in the world. We're gonna win. And then they went into that grand finals like severely underestimating EU, and then they just eventually ended up losing. They look shook as hell though. I can't imagine. I almost guarantee they were in that scenario where like they know they're the favorites, and that just like amped up the pressure even more. I was sitting near Reddles, and Reddles the whole time was just like shaking his head. He's like, I know they're better than this. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, against Northwood, I think they knew they had to be like, we need to like peak so hard, be the best of the best. And then once they did that, I think they genuinely were like, okay, job done. Now we just have one more series. Instead of like, okay, one more, and then they had to step in. Because I feel like the tempo was set in the first 3 games, and they were like, holy shit, these guys are like locked the fuck in. What's your winning streak? I don't know. I think I've won like 4 straight. Fisher was not playing. No. I mean, in that grand final, they were still having good plays, but games like 4 through 7 were like absolutely solo only. Like, I don't think I saw like any passes in those games. They were looking shook. Kinsey missed a couple shots they definitely like has never missed before. Money was getting beat to a lot of aerials, and I think Sosa was just trying to like outspeed, but you can't. They were just playing. I mean, in general, like the Dr. Boomin team was just like locked in. They were definitely the better overall like team, but like, yeah, individual talent, Fisher was the best in the world. They just dropped the ball. They definitely got spooked. Which is why I was like, ideally, if Fisher takes it seriously and there's a CRL again, I think they take it home if they really, really, really lock in. Because I still think Fisher's like the best overall talent. But I don't know, man. Like, CRL is getting better and better. Like, I don't even know anymore, like, what's going to happen. I mean, freaking Ball State and Nationals, like Ga, Wova, and Oath, they like herb stomped everyone. They made like the lower bracket run from Legend. If they got into Grand Finals, that would have been like one of the best runs I've ever seen. Eventually, though, you're going to lose to Boise because everyone loses to Boise. I mean, Boise's also doing like RLCS quals, I think. I missed. Spreadsheet for something of CRL teams. If you go to Pulch_RL, he has a spreadsheet that isn't quite updated, but it's pretty much updated with like a lot of schools that offer scholarships or something. But I can give you probably like a decent, I can like DM you a short list or something of other schools to reach out to. Donk? Donk? Ask Harvard. Bro, Harvard esports would be dope. Oh, what the? How did Profile reach that? He got bumped into the wall. You good, bro? Fisher gave enough of a shit they dominate. Well, that's the thing, though, is like they have to focus on both things. But I think they treat CRL as like, we'll lock in when we need to, but I'm like, if you just did like a little bit of scrimming with each other, like you don't even need to do like a scrim every day, like hardcore grinding. Like, yeah, focus on your pro teams. But like, if you just did a little bit of boot camping like the week before and just got used to each other again, they would dominate. I feel like they just don't. Worlds, apparently they were like scrimming together and playing ranked together a lot before Worlds. So like, that's probably why they actually showed up and did really well. But like, it's still like, man, if you just like want to do a little bit more, imagine the money you could take home. I mean, Northwood, based on how locked in they are for all their like games and whatnot, and how well they play together. Also, I gotta say, a lot of that shit comes down to Hockey as well. Hockey is like the glue for that Northwood team. I'm glad that he's finally on a big org, because Hockey's been like the guy in the bubble scene for a long ass time. Does Harvard do esports? They probably have like a club, but they're not good in anything from what I know. Like most like esport, or most like universities or colleges have like an esports team or like a competitive gaming club or whatever. But yeah, most schools don't do scholarships, and if they do, they're like pretty limited. USF, for example, doesn't do scholarships, but they have a lot of money in their esports program. They paid me like $4,000 to coach them for 2 semesters, and I was like, yeah. Like, they said it's pretty chill, like 5 hours a week, do some replay reviews, sit down on games. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. They're not paying for me to fly into Florida for their LAN that they just qualified for, unfortunately. Sad. They were like, hey, you wanna like set it as a dono goal for stream, and I'm like, I don't know if that's really what I need to focus on right now. I need to pay bills. Need more black players in the scene. For real. I mean, Evo's starting to pop off. Speaking of. Gyro in the chat. Evo's probably had like the best like lead up to the season I've seen in a bit, so it'll be real exciting to see how that's going to continue. I mean, I feel like players like Evo and like a lot of those like young, because Evo, like I would say Evo got kind of like hidden in the shine of like new players compared to like players like Daniel. I feel like Daniel was like, he is the one. Like, and so I think people kind of forgot about Evo as much. But Evo was always like very good. I think you just needed to surround him with good players. There's definitely more schools. Yes, Gyro. Pulch admitted that there's like a little bit missing. I would say there's a decent amount like that aren't quite on there, but honestly, just looking at the CRL standings on Wikipedia will give you a good idea of like who to think about. Those are the teams that typically fund their programs the best, but there's still like other stuff like King University in Tennessee that's starting to do a bit more scholarship. And they were pretty good. They have like a pretty good like 1900 2K players, kind of like as a baseline. Roll. Never mind. I don't know why I dove on. I'm stupid. Yeah, that's mine. Tell me. I don't know why. Profile just felt like he was going very slow on that. I did not see his boost behind his car real quick. If they'd have me on pre-existing teams. I mean, the thing is like most teams... I would argue you have a big, good bargain of getting onto like some teams that are like certain teams are like really solid, but they just need like one player. Like, I would say like, yeah, there's definitely some teams in like, especially West, that are like one player away from being like incredibly good schools in CRL, but they just lose because like they have like two like insane players and then a third that's like, he's good. You're just like, but if you replaced him with like a player as good as the other two, like they'd be perfectly fine. Wikipedia CRL Fall 23.
Cameras to capture your image at City Hall. Realize they listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I'll really give it to y'all. Strength is the army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determining kind of cancerous how we breathe vapors.
So yeah, Fisher already has their B team. West Virginia's been recruiting for a bit. Northwood is only one team now. I don't know if they're replacing Northwood White in the future, but it makes sense if they already had two teams, they'd probably recruit a second one. Ole Miss only has room for one. I think all three of these guys are on scholarship. I think one of Mike's getting replaced by Stealth. Akron only has partial scholarship. Oakland has very small scholarship. Nichols has decent scholarship, but their team just fell apart. Bruton Parker has some scholarship. I think they can fund full tuition for like one player. Go replace Calix. Well, Calix is already replaced. He's subbing or / coaching, I think, right now. So, Jara, you said you wanted New York, Florida, Texas, or Canada. Canada, St. Clair, and Durham are probably the two best. I think right now Durham is Zocion, Wildfire, and Jordan, like old Shopify Jordan. So they're probably like one of the better ones. St. Clair just has the most money and probably the nicest like facilities and whatnot. New York, I can't think of any teams in New York that are funding sports too well. Florida, South Florida is like a good program, but it doesn't have good scholarship funding. UCF, I don't think has anything. I don't think much in Florida is funded outside of IRSC, but that's like a very small college that does like full rides. Texas, St. Edwards does scholarships. That's with Wellis, Struy, and Dino. Those are my preferences. If not, any East Coasters, no. Then we have to be in person. It's not any East Coast is fine. Yeah, most colleges trying to preface. I've noticed a lot of the colleges that approach me for recruitment stuff, they all say they want in-person people. That's a good team, but I wouldn't want to screw over one of them. They're all my friends at Edwards. I mean, for sure. I don't know what year they are, though. So maybe if someone's like a senior and they're graduating in the spring or something, then it could be like, oh. But I'm assuming they're all like 19 or 20, so they probably have a couple more years. So beyond that, Texas. UNT has light scholarships coming in. Texas Tech has a good program, but I don't know if they do scholarships yet. There's a decent amount. There's a decent amount in the West. I would say the biggest people, though, for scholarship in the West are Maryville, Boise, and Columbia. I know Oklahoma Christian is starting to get there with the stuff. Kansas, I think, is experimenting with doing more scholarship. I think right now they have like a good funding just for their program. I don't know if any other program does much else. I think Missouri has like light scholarships, but don't quote me on that. Shitty! Yanked my headphones out. Louisiana is considered West? Yes. LCU I don't think is, I don't know if they're scholarshiping too much, but they already have a team. Texas considered West Coast? Texas is West in CRL. Yeah, Louisiana is West. It's basically the Mississippi River, and West is West.
Hey, put you in your place, look. Keep your thoughts on the bar like Facebook. Yo, got that from Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Hey,
Texas is OP, Louisiana is OP.
thoughts on the bar like Facebook.
Yeah, there's like a decent amount of old schools in West give full rides.
Podcast to the Great Boy.
All have complete young rosters. Yeah, I mean, they did the smart thing. In my opinion, the best thing that a school can do, I genuinely think the future of RL recruiting or CRL recruiting for these bigger colleges is literally just to approach a bubble team that's doing well and just be like, yo, come to the school and compete. And then you just play the whole time. Because ideally, that's what Boise's doing right now. They're all teaming together for RLCS stuff, but they're also playing year-round for CRL. And Boise already was like kicking the shit out of most of West, so I think they're just going to continue doing that. That's what Genoa did. Yeah, I think it's just a great idea. If you just recruit a whole team already, and you can keep them happy and keep them improving, and you can lock them into the mindset of like, hey, let's really get you on the same page and know that you guys will all improve by playing together, instead of them being, because I think the problem is with doing that is like a lot of the bubble scene is very experimental with their teams. They like to play for a little bit, and if they're not vibing after like one tournament, they're like, I'm freaking out of here, and it's just like, all right, buddy. So long as you can get them out of that weird mind fuck, then they're fine. Speaking of college talent, Trevor. The Akron Gold Zip Steel player. Genoa was one guy doing it without scholarship would be more respectable. Yeah, I don't know. I think college CRL is going to continue to expand. A lot of funding that's independent of how well RLCS or whatever is doing. So I just hope CRL continues to exist in some manner. That's unfortunate. Because as much as even if CRL gets delayed or gets like pushed to the side or something, or has to struggle for a semester, I still think programs are still going to want to invest in CRL. It just, CRL is like by far like the biggest league. So yeah, obviously it takes like a little wind out of the sails. Columbia College is good. Their funding is pretty decent. I don't think they do full rides though. Not yet, maybe. Because I remember talking to Cam about this, and he's like, yeah, I'm not on full ride. Like, Cam would be like the perfect candidate for a full ride. Hey, wait, that's KU Sauce. We can ask him if Canada funds him with scholarships. More of collegiate is, in my opinion. I mean, especially because like if you're placing pretty well in CRL, you're probably getting more money out of that than RLCS with way less effort. I liked Lion Blaze's approach to it. Like when we interviewed him a while back for eFuse, and we're like, so what would you say to pros considering getting into CRL? And he's like, it's just more practice. He's like, CRL is good enough now where you're not just playing against like low SSLs. You're playing against like rank A, rank X players at this point all the way at the top. Like, he's like, it's good practice. Like, you're playing against people that keep you up. Like, yeah, it's obviously not the same as RLCS, but he's like, you're not playing like slouches. Okay. Cam complains about not getting money. Yep. I was camped out on full ride. That's what I'm saying. That'd be my biggest demand if I was Cam. Despite his personality, I'm sure people would love to like fund him a bit more with scholarship. I was gonna pass that out, and then I realized there's absolutely no one there. Wait, was Sauce off the ceiling for that? I think he was. My bad, Sauce. I was unaware of your... Oh. Despite him being embarrassing. I mean, he's kind of cringy on Twitter sometimes, but I don't think anyone denies that he's like arguably the best player in West, or one of. I mean, Raw Greg literally said on Twitter he would have gotten pro tryouts more if he just shut his mouth. Cam has a conspiracy that secretly it's only because pros hate him and not because he runs his mouth too much. And I'm like, yes, pros are biased for no reason, buddy. Cam is easily top 3 West, yes. Yeah, I mean, even though Columbia had played probably their worst season or worst semester this past semester, I would say was still a standout performer. I mean, I agree. I really enjoy Cam. He's fun to watch on stream. Except when he's losing to Wavy in yet another weekly grand final. Bro cannot catch a break against Wavy. Wavy runs every single NA weekly. It's insane. Cam can be like top 100 in 1s and 2s, enter a 1s or 2s tournament, and always lose to Wavy in the grand final. I think he beat him once and he had an all caps post on Twitter and Wavy's like, GG's. He's like, I did it, Wavy. Are you proud of me? But I'm sure that's got to feel frustrating or so nice to finally get over that hump. Cam has a lot to 0. I mean, he's outspoken. One thing I like about Cam, though, is that he's really... People view him as kind of a selfish player, but he will prop up game when he sees it. Like, he was the first person to get super upset that hockey wasn't, like, a high-ranked player when Colleague did a list a while back of, like, top 50 players in CRL. Like, he really respects the shit out of hockey and other players. And even though he shit talks Lion Blaze, he also really respects him. And he'll never, you know, truly, like, disrespect him. He just likes to stir the pot. Ooh, I really thought you were gonna have the balls to try to flick that right down the middle. No shot. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, you actually let that go? Ones that have decent chat, at least. Decent chat. I always thought that was a term for flirting or making conversation. That's only my context from seeing random clips from Love Island or whatever. Or whatever the frickin' UK dating thing is. Generic term for good banter, okay. Interchangeably, depending on context. I mean, Cam would be like the perfect person to do like content for at Worlds, I feel like. Like set up a skit between him and another player. I feel like Cam is like a very good heel that you could oh. Just unfort. Let's go to your favorite viewer, Trixie. Hi, Trixie. I feel like Cam would be like the perfect player to be like a comm at an event. Finding my way. Right, 18 taquitos. It's not bad. It's like it's a lot. That's like a whole day's worth of calories, probably. They're like it's like if it's like 90 calories per taquito or something. I think the taquitos I bought from the store are like 100-ish calories. So 18 would be probably a full day's meal if you're like an average build and height. Yeah, I mean, Cam is a very good player, and I would want him to succeed in CRL, and I want him to be able to get some good teams in RLCS. But I definitely think he's of the mindset that he is being locked out due to bias rather than, which he's not technically wrong, but he's wrong about the cause of it. Like, it's literally only if he just didn't at pros and say you're dog shit or whatever, I think you'd be fine. He just needs to, like, quiet down. I mean, yeah, but also Drees is probably like, the moment it's not your job to play the game, I'm sure it's kind of fun to kind of log in and be like, oh my god, I don't have to worry about performance. I don't know, I need to be like warm or whatever. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of Tenzin. Honestly, I'm sure Typical probably feels the same way one day. Like, he'll probably get on in the future and be like, oh, it's kind of fun that I'm not like prepping for a major or some shit. What a dunk by Random Shy. Look at him go. Is gaming your full-time career? No, it's actually knitting. I make knitting content on TikTok. Oh. Dang. Oh, close one. Got that, Tenzin? Close one. Way more fun when it's not a responsibility. Oh, 100%. I mean, that's just basic psych of intrinsic and extrinsic interests and motivation. Like, anytime you monetize your hobby, it automatically will start the gradual descent into becoming a chore because you're not setting your own schedule anymore. Like, you're not like, yeah, I feel like Rocket League tonight. You're like, I am playing Rocket League today. So, like, that's why I have a little sympathy for players like Mist who, like, kind of just got burnt out. And it's very clear, like, at the end, they just didn't want to, like on phase and sip. Like, I think it's sensitive to that, but at the end of the day, it is your responsibility. And if you can't deal with that, then you have to talk to your coaches about that. It's just a shame that that's how Sipical's career likely ends, is that world championship and all that drama the world is. Because, I mean, hell of a player, obviously. Oh, I played the block. Ice and crochet. I think you're good enough for LCS? Well, you are wrong. Thank you. But no, I don't actually make knitting content. But technically, yeah, this is my full-time income. I am a content creator, and also I cast. I am the guy who talks over gameplay. I'm doing a team stream actually on my channel tomorrow through Sunday for an org. So tune in for that. I know y'all are a fan of them. Do you think you're good enough? No. I think people underestimate just how good players are. Like, if you're SSL, you are so far away from RLCS still. Like, low-level SSLs look like garbage compared to, like, even the lowest level pro. Oh my gosh. Hell, even some of the higher level top 100 level players are still getting worked by pros. There's just a huge gap in experience, decision-making, coordination at the highest level compared to everyone else that I think few people truly appreciate. Honestly, like, there's been days where, like, I've been in top 100 for ranked threes, and I'll get into games and I'll be slapping people around and I'm feeling good, and then I go up against one triple stack of not even in comms pros, and I look like a child. It's so hard to read them. You basically have to be flawless for an entire 5 minutes, and I'm just like, what the hell's going on here? And you know in the back of your mind that they 100% are not trying. like these pros are not sweating. They're just playing the game and having fun because they're just that good. And that's the thing that hurts the most. Someone actually came in here the other day. They were like 1970 or something. They were playing Arsenal, and he went to his stream to see how hard he was sweating because he was kicking the shit out of my team on a solo queue, and he was just singing along with chat and like vibing, and I'm like, holy crap, he doesn't even care. Like, that shit's so funny to me. Like, bubble and low players. Oh no, that's the thing though, that why people are like, oh, I just need a shot, and I'm like, homie, I don't think you get it. Like the gap between pros and everyone else is so incredibly large. Like, it's hard to even like fathom sometimes. Because when you just watch RLC, like that's why it's funny from the verse angle. Because I mean, I cast a lot of CRL. And CRL has some of the best players in North America, like the entire continent. And yet, those CRL teams would get slapped around by RLCS players. And there's a lot of players or fans who watch CRL. They watch CRL and they're like, these guys are terrible. What rank is this? I'm like, these guys are like rank X 2100 MMR ranked players. like these are statistically like the top 300 players in like all of North America for some of these rosters. And you're saying they're bad? And it's because comparing that gameplay to RLCS is like completely different. People are so used to seeing like near flawless gameplay. Have you ever played Zen? No. Do tourney wins make you more likely to get on it? I mean, I'm not trying to go pro. I'm just playing this game to have fun. I've never been wanting to go pro, and I've never had the drive or want or skill to do that. I just like playing the game and seeing how I can improve my own mechanics and whatnot. It's weird how no one knows how to play the game. Like, oh, there's no... Well, that's the thing about a lot of pros, Gyro, that I really appreciate is like, it's not, I think a lot of people fixate on like Zen and being like, well, he's so mechanical, like he's a god, he can flip reset from anywhere, he has probably the best first touch like we've ever seen. But like, there's probably maybe not exactly like Zen, but there's a lot of players who have incredibly good mechanics, but they would never be able to be a pro because they can't think through a problem on the fly the same way. Like, the way that pros parse the game and make decisions quickly and make effective and, like, logical steps based on what their teammates are telling them, how well they calm, how good their mental is. There's so many things that build up. I feel like if you're a pro that lacks in one critical area, it's honestly the one thing that'll detract from your career the most. Because there's plenty of really good players that I don't think anyone would ever regard as mechanical, but people now think of as, like, very good players because they were just incredibly good at knowing what to do in every scenario. I would think Torment's probably the best example of that. I don't think Torment was ever regarded as like a hyper-mechanical player, but no one denied like he was like an incredibly good player just because he was always in a great position. Turbo is arguably the GOAT based on tournament wins, and I would argue he was always a player who was just really good at knowing where to be. Garrett's a player with good mechanics, but I think he's just a good IGL who keeps calm, he's easy to team with, and he's just really frickin' solid all the time. Hell, there's even players like, I'm a huge fan of Andy, for example, because I think Andy's one of the most consistent pros I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a bad series from him. He's always just really, really good. He has and how I define that is he has a very high floor. I feel like Andy, when he's playing at the worst I've ever seen him, is still better than most players' averages. So it's like, that's something that I find really interesting. It's a shame that his rosters keep getting swiped, but JNaps is pretty fucking mechanical. I feel like he's pretty solid. But I can see the vision on that. He's not like, he's like old school mechanical. He's got solid touches and setups though. Yeah, there's a lot of players that survive just by having great game sense. And I was saying this about, a lot of people are like, why is Forky not a pro? And I'm like, well, to be honest, I used to watch his six-man's games and I was always kind of like, what is he doing? I was kind of weirded out. Like, granted, I don't know if he's truly sweating it, but I felt like he was always just slightly in a wrong position, or he was kind of chasing something or not quite there. His mechanics aren't that good either for JNaps. I just feel like I don't define him as like a terrible mechanical player or something. I think he's a pretty solid player. At least with like setups. I feel like he's one of the most like automatic like double tapping pros. Which doesn't sound like a high bar since if you're a pro, you're hitting most doubles anyway. They're open, but I feel like with JNaps, I notice it with him most, that he's like, always has incredibly solid setups. Oh, I meant Forky. Oh. I mean, he's got like very flashy mechanics. I think that kind of helps, but I think he's my example because he's someone who has a huge audience that people really say, no, Forky, like, he could go pro. And I'm like, well, the thing is that being a pro is way beyond that. Honestly, I think the thing that kind of illuminates that the most is 1v1. Like, Forky's very good in ones, but the reason he gets washed in some of these larger tournaments, I think, is because of the decision-making. Like, he struggles with knowing what to do moment to moment. Because there's just a sense of, like, game sense that some people are just inherently better at making these, like, certain deductions about, like, oh, ball's here, player's moving this way, I should go this way. Like, oh, I need to block this, oh, I need to set up a 50, how do you set up the 50? Like, there's so many, like, tiny decisions moment to moment in Rocket League, and some players are just naturally better at that than others. Honestly, I've kind of debated back in my mind how well you can really teach game sense versus like how well you can just inherently get the ability to like analyze the game at a high level. I think you can definitely like mentor someone to like be able to view the game in a different light, but it's really impressive how some players, despite being like rank X players and like getting pro tryouts, are still sometimes just not that good at it. Oh, that's a bad one. That was a good pass point. Every time I play Tender, I think it's Tander. No, I wanted to flick, but he wasn't fighting. Well, at the end of the day, Forky's like a freestyler, but I use him just because I think he's like an example of what I'm talking about. I mean, Noli's a good example, I think, of a player who also succeeds by just being like a really good teammate. I mean, you can't just sub into Carmine Core on a big off-season tournament and succeed if you weren't like just a solid overall player. I don't think anyone defines Noli as a hyper-mechanical player either. Do tourney wins make it more likely to get on a pro team? Well, I'm not trying to get on a pro team. I do think that it has been funny to watch the pro development circuit over the years as like a caster analyst, because it used to be like, oh, you gotta have good ranked wins way in the beginning, and then it was like, oh well, now we have 6-mans because rank doesn't really mean anything. And then overall, 6-mans kind of got abused and the system kind of got out of style. And then it's like, actually you got to be really high level in rank 2s, because that kind of shows pros like you can be speedy and mechanical, but you can also like play with someone else, and shows like a lot of like tiny things with like your decision making, because 1s is like entirely different beast and blah blah blah. And then you have like the people like, actually it's about tourney wins, because I remember Tally had a whole tweet about that. And I'm just like, well, I don't know. Part of it is also I know Tally's temperament has always been a struggle from time to day to day. So, you know, there's a lot going into whether or not people invite you for, you know, teams or whatever. Oh, holy. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. We were winning that anyway. High as fuck. Oh, cool. It was high. I'm really curious about what the ranks of my teammates are. I feel like I've not seen an aerial from them. Oh. Got bonked right at the end of that flip. Let's say for the sake of argument that you're a plat. That didn't get cleared up field? No, see, what I'm saying is that if you were trying to be pro, being SSL is like the bare minimum to be a pro player. Not necessarily like if you didn't play a lot of ranked, you'd never be pro, but like you would need to be able to be like way beyond pro. That's why I feel like pro level is so hard to explain to people, because it's like the gap between like the best player in ranked versus a pro is entirely different. How do people know that though? I don't know. You're an analyst. You can tell based on how they fit in. I mean, hell, there's a lot of tournaments where you watch like bubble tournaments where these players will go into bubble tournaments and they will 3-0 any. How do you show you're good as a pro? You play in tournaments and you succeed over time. Like, I get, if that's what you're trying to say, then that's true. But like, you form a team, you play against pros, you do well against pros. You don't even need to win all the time. You just need to be able to like keep it close, I would say. Like in-game tournaments? What? No, Jaro, what? Did I say something? In-game tournaments don't mean anything? Oh, yeah, no, those are just for fun. Yeah, I meant like, I thought, no, in-game tournaments, like the tournaments tab in the game, that doesn't mean anything. But like actually showing up in like cash prize tournaments or something. Like, if you perform well in like big tournaments against good teams, I think that's how you kind of prove that you can play pro. Oh. Buddy. Honestly, you can probably just look up weekly tournament. I mean, there's a lot of weekly tournaments you can play in, regardless of your age. Like Stride has a weekly, Colverity has a weekly, Frost Esports has a weekly. Top Cut has a weekly. Might be Invite actually. But there's a lot of like weekly tournaments for like $50 to anywhere from like, I think Stride is like $400 a week now, something like that. So you can sign up for all those. There's also Start GG, like a common tournament platform where you can sign up for stuff. So if you want to play in tournament, just grab a team and just sign up. That works. Oni-chan lover? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? No. You have to be 15? I don't think they really care what age you are, to be honest. Because I know that there's players like Young Scythe who are like 13 who are playing these tournaments. Also, the RLCS age of eligibility is now 13, so. I don't know why I didn't just hookshot that. Kind of complicated by me. MDL. Wait! Nice. Waiting for. I get answered DM. I'm gonna be in ourselves? Hell yeah. Alright, it's for you, Gyro. No! I didn't reach it. Go Top Hat! Oh, there. Okay, Angie. Who's Angie? Whatever. Low-key, if someone typed the name Angie in and I didn't know Angie as a person, I feel like I'd read it as like the joke version of angry. I'm so angry. More like wet dog because he's stinky? Damn. M-Dog stands for moist dog. Ah, good shot. That's a tough one from Oni-chan Lover. Just leaves the goal to get the boost. If we turn back on and go on the back wall, it would have been fine. No balls, no musty. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's probably a ball. Just kidding. Up it. Jump. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Sad. Whoa. 50. I feel like a GC, but I'm dying. I swear whenever I watch pro gameplay, it's weird. No, but that's the thing though, Matrix, is that's exactly what I'm talking about. There's a lot of players who watch SSL gameplay. I mean, how people in my chat watch my gameplay, which obviously isn't close to pro player, but like, I play a lot of people who are SSLs or I play in SSL lobbies, and people are like, this is SSL. I can feel like I play this, blah, blah, blah. And then they get in a game because we do like viewer games or something, and they're like, I can't touch the. That's one of my favorite memories. I did viewer games for the first time ever, and there was a guy who was constantly saying that. They're like, no offense, but how are you SSL? How are you like 1800? How are you blah blah blah? And then I invited them into a private match with like a bunch of people. It was like for viewer games, and it was me and 3 other like GC3 SSL players, and like them. Or basically it was me, 4 others, and then just him. He was like the only like diamond player. He legitimately could not touch the ball the entire game. And he was like, oh, never mind. He was like, it looks way smaller. I'll tell you, stand-up hurdle, dismal, and scopes. I don't know who those nerds are. TBH. Sound like turbo nerds. Even. I would crush Taco Rocket League. Dreamy. Now, at the end of the day, like, that's why I find it funny when people try to, like, insult me. Like, I remember some guy was in stream, he was like, you're going nowhere with Rocket League. You're not gonna, you know, be one of the best players out here. And I'm like, that's never my goal. It's like watching someone, like, learn to knit and, like, you're never gonna be the best knitter ever. And it's like, okay. Like, I'm just doing this because it's fun. Turbo nerds, yeah, sounds like it. Oh. I didn't dismal, I did scopes. I'm gonna be dead ass. I ego you'd so hard, I don't even know what I egoed you for. Played an SSL in 1. Congrats. The whole point of playing SSL at any rank is doing it consistently, though. Like, if you played that SSL 100 times, I bet you would probably lose more than you'd won, though. That's the point. Like, yeah, I've lost to someone who's a champ 1 in 1v1 or something, but my win rate versus them is like 98% or something, you know? Because my viewers do a 1v1 endorsement. And he loves using it. We had a scrim? Who? Oh, sorry, I am not scrimming today. That wasn't me. I was, yeah, I think something fell apart because Caff was streaming, but he was going to be doing scrims, and he got off because I think his head hurt, so that's probably what happened. Oh, so... Yeah, sorry, I got a team stream, so I'm not going to be playing tomorrow, and so I think the Shadow, Caff, and Pyros wanted to play a bit, but they might have forgotten. Put me in a SL 2v2 lobby, I absolutely guarantee you would not. You're a diamond. What? He landed on my corner, or side boost, I didn't see that. Meet me in the SSL. Oh my god, bro. Don't be negative, okay. I've cooked every other team in ranked except for adverse and random shy apparently today. Doesn't help that I'm getting tagged every single time I rotate back or up. Carl says calls? Oh, it's too late for call one. I suppose actually small, it's no longer 6 mil though. Oh, I should have reset the ceiling. I mean, that was on purpose. I just want to get out of this game. We are not winning it. 2 seconds left. Guys, anyone? I'm good. Z. I already had a team, but ideally I'm not allowed to play in any walls because I get to cast. That's the ideal outcome. Because yes, it is fun to play in tournaments. I missed playing in tournaments, but ideally I'd like to cast them, get money, and exposure. You can't play in tourneys you cast. I guess that makes logical sense. Well, I mean, it just, yeah, I wouldn't be able to. Like, that's why I set up a 4-man roster, because I didn't want to find out last second, like I did today, and be like, hey, by the way, you're casting X team's team stream or whatever. And then it's like, oh, damn. Oh my god, guys, did you see the freaking tea today about one of the bubble teams orgs today? So, Lawler signed a contract with X Deleted. And someone posted that apparently within their Discord, there's a dude who posts regularly about a sermon that you can go to. But apparently someone did a research on that church that keeps advertising, or the group. Apparently it's a far-right hate group. And they just post in a gaming Discord to get people. And people are like, yeah, someone should be aware of this. And I was just like, what the fuck? I saw that and I was so confused. I was like, what the hell does that have to do? Why are you recruiting cult members or like hate group members in these Discords? No, little Bobs. I like. These guys, all right, see you, Trixie. Makes my day talking to everyone. Makes my day to have you talking as well. Well, Bonka-rooney. Yeah, I saw that fucking tweet where someone's like, hey, someone should be aware of this. And I was just like, not ideal. I want my friend Lawler to get an unproblematic bag. Personally, I mean, I don't think X Deleted is like aware of it. At worst, they're just badly moderating their Discord. And I think that's somewhat forgivable. Oh. Okay, drinking. It's like I'm just gonna stay in front and use all my boost. Wow, shoot that better next time. No! Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, if I got that stolen from me, I would have cried. Pinch? Oh. Satch. Yep. Pass. Okay, Riken. Oh my god, the timing on that. It's fine. No! What a save. No, bro, if he didn't double that, I actually would have been maybe something for it. With that, I'm gonna go night night or good night, them dog. Jaw's locking up. Slowly losing MMR chat. Not a good sign. Get into our thing. I was gonna gargle, but my mic was very close. I was afraid it's gonna drip on my mic. Oh, in case no one else saw me get robbed by my Nature Valley bar the other day. This is an unopened package of Nature Valley. Why did they forget 40% of my bar? It's a sealed package. Like, it's completely sealed. Like it's completely sealed. They just forgot half my bar. I've never seen that before. I've ordered those hundreds of times. Sorry, my co-caster for my team stream yesterday, tomorrow is asking me if he needs a headshot. I'm like, I don't actually know, so I DMing the guy, running it. Like a cart bag opened, it took a bite and then released. Yeah, just some germs just perfectly sealed in there. Gonna open that shit up. It's gonna have a whole germ city civilization in there. Or I have to get a lot of tea the next couple days. Oh, also, things turn up really cool. I get to cast right before All Sass Quals on Sunday, and I also get to do Sunday, hopefully, if the team makes it day 3. Which I think they will. I don't know what they would run into in day 2 that would screw them up. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is that the org said they would get me assets by tomorrow, but I always hate that promise because it always feels like it falls through and then I have to scramble. I would prefer having org assets than using my own, to be honest. I feel like it just makes the stream look way more professional. All right. We reignite the streak here. Fudge! It's done. At 50 runs. Oh, what a save! Oh my god. How did he get there? I felt like I beat him to that. Yes. Oof. Didn't quite get back to it. What? Damn, I flipped to the wrong angle. Well, I hit my front bumper on it, but it just kind of... I literally played that save too. I hate life. Just gonna cut that, hopefully we're not doubling. Nice, okay, cool. Okay. Hot gossip coming through the group chat right now. That was a weird. Oh! I hate everything about that. Hi, it's Edge. Thank you. I was like just in between the read that I needed and had. Okay. Good save. Can we maybe get that before? Brains? I just thought I have a gamer moment right there. Okay, Brains can chill down that. We got kind of screwed over there. I don't think Don has that. Okay, Brains, yours. No, Don, that's not fun at all. I wanted you to bring it across. That went right through my car. I'm not sure if anyone saw that. Got a win back. Stopped the loss streak. We're basically the same rank. I'm down Brains. Nope. It's 700 is like pretty much all good games, and then you'll occasionally get one that just like doesn't really work, and you're like, an insanely rough stretch. I feel like I have those every couple of weeks where I'm just like playing fine, and I'm like, oh, I'm on top of the world, and then everything falls apart. Hey, Turret! Thank you for the raid. How's your stream? Welcome in, everybody. You guys are new. I'm Dana Taco. Typically SSL GC3 at the end of the season. Right now playing with Brains. And get out of the 1700 deaths. You can see them boom -50. Yeah, I think I got in 1800s like earlier in the season. I just kind of slowly fell. Honestly, solo queuing is all over the place lately though, because I don't know like what any of the days are gonna feel like. I'm very heavily affected by what I eat, how much I sleep the night before, I've noticed. But lately I've been getting back into consistency. Also my mood, if I'm not in a good mood and I try to play, nah. Heroes being older, more of the tiny stuff affects you. Got the Brains? Oh, whoops. As I approached, I didn't see Matt on my mental map, so I was like, oh wait. Whoa, I'm sorry, Brains, I did not think you were there. Oh. You guys are kind of just like driving straight lines at the ball, not actually like rotating. Interesting. What is happening? I feel like they're playing like a 75% speed and it's still working. Whatever the hell that is. Kendo slice with the whip? Hello, sir. How was your stream? Also, nice to see Unified still doing Rocket League broadcasts. See you and JT on the calls. All right, Pyro. We got a CRL AFQ. We got Matt, old King University player. And Brains, current Texas A&M student. Playing some ranked. Playing against the 9th straight RLCS qual team that is playing together in ranked tonight. I must have missed a tweet. Yeah, Unified put out their announcement. I think I only saw it because Captain Ahsoka retweeted it. Yeah, this team is sweating like crazy. Definitely in comms right now. It's a good stream, Pal World. Yeah, I am somewhat morally opposed to Pal World for now. On top of the fact that I'm not trying to spend money on anything. $30 is a bit steep right now. Against. I feel like the designs are kind of lazy, but ultimately, like, I'm not saying it's bad to play it. I just don't like sporting games like that. Personally, I'm of the mindset that I don't think that like what they've done is horrible and they're like the worst people ever. I just don't like the precedent it sets that people can basically just have the exact same design idea as a Pokemon and be like, it's a different thing though because it's different colors slightly, and I'm like, like, I don't know about that, buddy. So yeah, I don't necessarily judge anyone who's playing Power or finds it fun. I just like saw some designs and I'm not a huge fan of it. All right, GG's, we're getting worked. Bro had literally all the boost on that one. It's harder than I would hit a pillow. All right. Yeah, if you're trying to go to sleep, I won't try to keep you. Don't want to lock anyone into forcing themselves to stay up. But yeah, it's nice that you're able to get some streaming in. And also, I mean, I am glad that games like Pal World are popping off. It's kind of nice to whenever there's a game that isn't like inherently competitive. I'm gonna lurk though. Okay, well, appreciate that. Respond to DMs. People remember that you're technically streaming, but they're also like, yeah, you can still answer DMs. I'm gonna force you to watch. I know as a streamer, like, typically when I raid someone, I'm like trying to find the time to fucking go get food, because I like lurking on all the streams, but it's hard to like, I want to get up to eat, but they're like, keep asking questions, so I always feel bad when I trap streamers like that. Congrats on LCS. Yeah, I got a team stream for this weekend. They said it's a trial, in a way. They said they don't know what they want to do for Qual 2 or for like main event or something, but they're like, we want to see how this works, and if it goes well, then we'll continue forward. And I was like, nice. They said they had a couple people in mind, and they asked their staff, and I guess I was their #1 choice after they did their vote. So I was like, yeah. I know who it is. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I told people. I was like, if you guys can go to the team stream sheet on like the Discord, like you can find out. I'm just like, just please don't leak it and don't say it publicly because I want to. They told me not to share, so I'm trying to, you know, not ruin that. Why are you standing still into free jump? That's weird. I expect it to take a little bit more time to build up. You didn't back pass it, Moon! Your dog, I'm sorry. You definitely meant to do that, and you just failed. I feel like that would have been a good idea by him. You just didn't do it. Alright, Astrax, all yours. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry, Astrax. I did not realize you were that close. What's that? Hope it goes well. Yeah, I mean, I got myself and a buddy on the stream. I asked him, like, hey, can I have a buddy on the stream? And they're like, yeah, totally. And so we just kind of worked out some times, worked out who's on, and like, yeah, we're looking to see your chemistry. Because one of the other finalists was a buddy of me that we were talking about how much we wanted to work for this org. So I was like, well, they're available, so let's get them on. And hopefully if we impress them enough, maybe in fall 2, we can have like both of us on there. And then hopefully I can lock in. If I can get a contract locked in for the whole semester, or a whole split, I am so psyched. I'll go all in on this freaking team, I don't care. I will stand so hard. Stand to uncomfortable levels. Just waiting for the DocuSign in my inbox. Also, they're giving me an actual contract, which I like. Kinda, due to recent events, kinda tired of everything being just word of mouth. Like, trust me, bro. Like, nah, please give me a contract. I'm looking as always, didn't know about the RSS gate. Congrats, yeah. So it should be fun to get some cash. We're actually doing all 3 days, so you guys can tune in tomorrow at 7, as well as the next day. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Phone call, Mr. Blanket! And the next day. Okay, I wanted to set up a breezy, and I almost did, except I didn't lean back enough. I want to hookshot that. Rough read. Also, I'm not gonna lie, felt like we were winning by 2. You can tell I'm getting tired when I actually don't 100% know what the score is dated second to second. Okay. That's just musty. What are you doing? Oh. So I thought Moon was gonna flick, and then he just hit it at me, and I was like, oh, well, I'll bump him, and he didn't. He just drove. So that was fucking stupid. Oh, that lag. Okay, we're good. Who are you casting? I am not allowed to say, but all you have to know is that tomorrow, if you're on X and you follow me or Twitter or whatever, you will see a post. Nice save. And the qual start tomorrow. Copy, thanks. Yeah, but I'm not allowed to say. Technically, you can find out through secret means, but I'm not at liberty to say. They specifically told me to not say before the social media post comes out tomorrow. Like noon? No, it's 7 p.m. Eastern. It's 7 p.m. Eastern for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday. Sick. That is an unfortunate one. Astrax was in the middle, but he left right as he played, and then Reigns was near post because he was covering everything else. Cool. Now, bro. Oh, he just threw it away. Yeah, I was scared of that. I thought that would be more middling. I didn't expect him to put it like straight down. Oh, God. Okay. Ah. I just don't have the boost, bro. I swear, they've been very corner heavy because I don't think I've seen like 100 boost like all game. Game's gonna be entirely dependent on how well I can grab pads. You fucking spawned near post with just enough boost to get there. I can't believe that. You're not real, dude. Oh my God, what heads up play. He missed the ball just to bump me off the shot. That's insane defense. That's work. Oh my God, bro. Bro, these games. Ugh. It's literally like all 1-goal games, dude. I'm getting filthy on some of these. Into an octane. How's that little furry fish talk? I'm gonna ask you to chill a little bit with that. Oh, press triangle accidentally. Yeah, that's that bump was brutal. He literally knew he couldn't get the save, so he just drove at me and hoped for the bump. He got it perfectly. It's crazy. Yeah. The fact that one game literally felt like we were winning the whole time, then when they scored, it actually turned out to be a tied. Blew my mind. I literally was not paying attention. That's how I know I'm getting tired. I also need to like rest my voice for tomorrow. Make a lot of tea, rest my voice for tomorrow, and then go from there. Be interesting. Yesterday, Docs literally was hard carrying the shit out of a team that he was randomly playing on, so we'll see how this one goes. No, that was such a clean setup. Rigged. Okay, buddy. Got like absolutely none of that. Okay. Spawn, maybe? No. Good job, period. Look at him go. He was gamer gaming. His natural habitat. Gonna hope for a 50 or something, but didn't quite work out. Oh, period. I saw you on back post. I thought you would be on backboard. My bad. No, I leaned away. I thought I could get way lower on that. I really didn't actually have a good read on the first one. Nice. I helped because I bumped him. Honk. I went whoop on the first, but not on the second. Nice. Bonk. Bonk. Now, some may call that cringe, and you'd be right. Egoed. I just don't know anything about. I just don't trust any randoms anymore. I didn't see enough out of that lobby to be like, he is definitely someone I want to queue with. That's called being toxic. I knew we could win. See? Yeah, I also knew that we were capable of winning a game. I see Andrew will bump. Low-key unstoppable if you try to pre-jump that shit at the wrong time. It's definitely going right in your net. Oh, that's the rough bounce. That did not bounce off the wall like at all. Balls, balls. Oh, did I miss it? Grinch. You tweeted that with the energy of someone like running into class late. Nice. space that develops between the ball. Yeah, well, the problem is if you are in a straight line with the person, it is incredibly hard to like dodge underneath someone and like accurately get a save. Like every time you watch someone evade an air dribble bump in for a demo, it's almost always because they're coming in at an angle. Either that or you have to have like a flawless takeoff. Because you basically have to like matrix beyond player. Joyo had one of like the best saves off attempted air dribble bump I've like ever seen. Or like attempted bump I've ever seen like an RLCS game. Nice read. Figured it'd be easy to read. Played the cards right there. Oh, Snoop. Hardly ever. Yeah. I mean, that's why the takeoff is so important. If you jump way too, that's why I don't like pre-jumping anytime a player's 1v1ing. Because like it can kind of help with like a quick flick or something, but like ultimately, if they're going for the bump, you are cooked. Because there's no way to get out of the way once you use your second jump. Saved by docs. What a pass, holy. Oh, that was a perfect read too. Free flip as well. Streaming zone RSS team? No, I wouldn't use you guys like that. L assumption. I didn't think Balls had the balls to go for that. Nope. That's two's man. Oh no! Oh my god. I did not think he got back that in time. He got the save too, fuck me. Oh my god, I didn't even see him. If I knew him, I would have just backed. I just would have backed if something got out of the way. That's crazy, actually, that he got back to that. Who knows if that actually would have stayed out, but still. Way too funny. Finch? No. It'll never go play until it's over. I mean, that's the problem. I thought Brains was so far out of it because he had to half flip that I'm like, I don't think he can get back in time. Kaji not playing? Yeah, he gave up. At 2-1? I can't believe that he actually just gave up playing at at 2-1 with 20 seconds to go. He was like, nope, unwinnable. Like, I can understand, like, 20 seconds left and there's, like, 2 or 3 goal margin, but, like, a 1 goal margin. Brother. Come on. You can literally get that off the kickoff. Yeah, that's crazy. I literally had a breakaway. I plastic across the middle. If he beat the aerial to that, he probably could have been a 2v1, but he was just like, nope. No, yeah, no one in history has ever gone down by 1 goal and has then gone on to win the game. Not gonna lie, I thought I was cheating up in that game play. I thought it was diagonal kickoff because I have no brain. Wow, what a touch. Sorry. I thought you would hit that up the line, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pad, but then as soon as I hit that, I was like, I don't want to back away, because then it kind of gives away that I don't have it, but I should have need boosted real quick. We're also playing against like very good mobile players right now. Oh. I'm just disorganized. I have not had boost this like entire game. I've wanted to run a tournament like that for a while. I had an idea to call it like Razor's Edge or something. And basically just do best of 7s every round, but first goal wins every single game. I'd be interested to see how that made the games look. Like how people take kickoffs. Oh, okay. I can tell I'm getting tired because I really thought I had like 30 boost on that one. I feel like people would just take very safe kickoffs. Really, the only downside is like actually losing one or getting a bad cheat up. People would probably take the safest kickoffs possible. That lag hack. A tough one. Dude. If only they weren't double stacked on the post. Wow. There's no way. There's simply no way. I'm sorry. I bumped you into that block as last defender. Okay. That's a great freaking dodge on the demo. Holy. Ooh, close on brains. Oh, wow, what a clear. Okay. Interesting. Calico corner. It's a weird one. Take 50? Or not, okay. No, we don't have a third though. Okay, we still saved it. Thank you, brains. I can't. Well, if we just started playing like that, would have been fine. That's a tough one. Yeah, I've wanted to run that type of tournament for forever. Just do a first to one, best of 7, the entire bracket. The only issue with that type of thing is I don't think you'd be able to run it without admins, because you'd have to trust that everyone's setting up the lobby correctly, you know? I feel like it would only really work for a team game. I think first to one, like 1v1s would be boring. Be just a bunch of kickoff goals, I feel like, guaranteed. At least in 2s and 3s, you can kind of like do a little bit of variety on kickoffs. Oh yeah, the D-Gen's Hour tournament, once upon a time. $1 a.m. start, yeah, people are just out of their minds. Nice, nice. Could be done. Oh, something? Big boy death demo. Oh, try to get the lightest little touch on that as it was rolling away. Not the best idea. Yeah, it was kind of a ballsy challenge, but it didn't just the last thing. Okay. What? Okay, well, that works. Yeah, I think if I was gonna run a tournament like that, I would just do like a short little, you know, just $100 thing. All of a sudden, just be like, hey, who wants to invite to this? It'd be like a fun little tournament. Have like a 4-team single elim. It's like a test drive. See how it goes. Oh my god. Oop, I just had the 45 too. I don't know, I'm thinking of Dune so much whenever I see Baron's name. Was it Baron Harkonnen? I should really read Dune. I feel like I liked the world a lot in the movie. Apparently the Dune movies are very good, but they're also very long. Or the Dune books, sorry. But I feel like that's like every like fantasy / sci-fi novel. It's like well known. Fucking insanely long. Okay. Oh, that type of night, or time of night, or just every team you're playing is mobile teams. Yeah, if I had to guess for CRO, I'd probably say it's coming in March. Because there's too many talks behind the scenes for it to just be canceled. I think Psyonix wants to happen and Epic wants to happen, so I can't imagine it's gonna fuck. Okay, this is probably my last game if we lose this. But yeah, that's probably like my main guess is like CRL does not want to go. Like they don't want it to go away. They know they have like the best CRL. They have the best collegiate esport in all of sports. Like, or that's redundant. They have the best esport in all of collegiate stuff, so they need to keep that going. And I think the worst thing they could possibly do is just straight up like not have a CRL. Why delay it though? That's a very long thing that cannot be answered. Oh my god, no! No! Oof. Sorry, I didn't think you'd get that much power. There we go. Bang. Sorry, my bad brains. I'm sorry. It's my grandmother, Russian grandmother, used to always say. I'm sorry. A big wid. So excited to hold on. What? The new Southern Miss roster? Who's the new Southern Miss roster? Mactos, Astro, and Zaph? Oh? Interesting. Bang! Bang! I was waiting for that all frickin' day. I'm so glad I finally got that. About got like 4 different group chats been DMing me and they're like, Taco, you need to respond. And I'm just like, bruh. A couple of my friends found out that we might be able to cast a land together, but we gotta like plan it out because their budget's kind of tight. So they're like, we'll pay for your lodging, but not the flights. And we're like, well, one of us lives near the venue and maybe we could rent a car. So maybe we could fly into the airport that's slightly away from the venue or like slightly away from the actual city, but then take a rental car together. And so the person who lives closer could pay for a rental car and then the rest of us could just fly in for cheaper. Problem is it would probably necessitate me taking Spirit Airlines for the first time ever, and it's a interesting streak I'm not super happy to have to break. Oh. I definitely doubled. Yeah, I realized halfway through, I was like, that definitely feels like something he would jump for. Oh, I wanted to land it right into his path. Apparently JetBlue almost bought all Spirit Airlines. I've just heard so many bad things about Spirit. Just don't really want to break that streak of never having used them. Thing is, I always fly American. Problem is with American, it's literally like 3 times more expensive for like any specific flight compared to Spirit. And if I'm trying to cut costs, since it's only a 2-hour flight, they stopped the merger, they did. Look at Congress actually doing their job. Ooh, that's a kick right in the nuts. That's a tough one. gonna call it there. It's a little late. Keep up to catch tomorrow. I will not be streaming a regular stream. I will be casting for the RLCS team stream that I got. So I'll see you then. YouTube, much love. Peace out.